your day. Not the kind of day where you wake up with a bunch of chaos and stubbing your toes and all sorts of things falling out of bed. I'm talking about routines that we don't rush through, routines that we feel good about, and that can help us to take advantage of the rest of the day. I'm talking about mornings being used as a sacred space, as a sacred time during the day, a reset period where you can set your vibration, your tone for the day. So for a very long time, I didn't understand the importance of sleep. Therefore, I didn't understand the importance of the morning. I didn't understand many of the concepts that we're talking about today. It took me a while to come to the realization of how important these times are. I used to wake up, for example, and then immediately get to doing things. These days it's social media, email, text messages, returning phone calls, things that usually are problematic. I didn't take the time to set the tone for the day, for myself, for my family, etc. I was reacting to things that were waiting for me. And instead of me setting the day, I let those things set the tone for my day. And let me tell you, those days were always, I felt off. I felt stressed many, many days because that's the way I live. Because, if you don't know, you don't know. Then, of course, I learned the power of intention. And that's what we're going to talk about today, the power of intention, not just setting the goals or goal setting, but vibratory goal setting. I began by asking myself, how do I want to feel today? And you should do the same thing. How do you want to feel today? Seems like a rhetorical question. Everybody wants to feel good, I would assume. So what energy do I want to lead me throughout this day? That small shift changes things. That small shift changes things. Because when you set your energy each morning, you can stop reacting to things and you can start creating. The creator. And when you are less reactionary, there's less stress, less anxiety, less of this unknown piece that's pushing you and pulling you. You feel like the external is pushing and pulling you. When you're acting, you're doing it purposefully and intentfully. And that's the space that we want to operate in. So that's what we're talking about today. Welcome into the podcast. My name's Kelly. I'm your host. I am here to guide you through day 8 of our series, 30 Days to Manifestation and Monetization. This is a really good series. I've enjoyed it so far. I hope you do as well. And if you are enjoying the series, listen, do me a favor. It takes 2 seconds. Shoot me a text message. If you're listening, it doesn't matter what podcast platform you're on. All you got to do is go into show notes. You'll see a little link there that says send us a text. Send me a text message. Let me know how you're enjoying the series, which day's been your favorite day so far, which days are you having trouble with. Just shoot us a note. Let me know that you're out there. Okay, I obviously know you're there because we're getting tons of downloads every day, but it's good to have the interaction. Okay, if this is your first time, welcome into ReThink Podcast. You picked a good place to land. Go ahead and subscribe so that you don't forget who we are and where we are. This is our season 5, so you got plenty of content to binge on. And take a look at the show notes again. There are plenty of ways to support the podcast should you choose to do so. I strongly suggest that you do that. Please support the podcast. We would be very, very grateful if you did that. All right, here's the opportunity for today. Most people start the day on autopilot. Most people live their lives on autopilot. We're not most people, so we're going to do things differently. If you're on autopilot, you wake up, you grab your phone, you scroll, you compare, you stress out, you develop anxiety, and this is before 8 o'clock. And you wonder why the day feels out of alignment. You feel less empowered. You feel like, man, it's the same old, same old. There is energetic intention that's being missed. If you don't choose your state, if you don't choose it, your state's going to choose you. So during your morning routine, hopefully somewhere in there is a meditation period where you're quieting your mind, preferably as soon as you get out of bed. You go to the restroom, relieve yourself, do all that good stuff. And many times, I take a shower and I do that, but sometimes I go straight into meditation. Okay, unless I just have to go to the restroom, I go straight into meditation. Why? Because I'm still in that in that brain wave, that theta brain state wave, where I'm not fully awake and I'm in a very peaceful place mentally, and my home and the energy around me is very calm. No one's calling for daddy. No one's asking me to do anything. And that's when I go into my meditation area and I meditate. Now, in full transparency, I can get better. Should be doing this every day. I was getting really good at one point. I was doing twice a day, but just like with my yoga practice, the busier we get, things tend to slip. So I've made a commitment to get back to twice a day for meditating. And I want you to do the same. If you were very active in meditation or some sort of exercise and you've kind of fallen off, this is July, the middle of the year, different than January where everybody's focused on these sorts of things. This is the time that, folks recommit themselves. So recommit yourself to your exercise regimen, recommit yourself to your daily routine, particularly your morning routine, recommit yourself to meditation. It is worth it. So again, if you don't choose your state, the state's going to choose you. And so often those states are states we don't want. They're worry, they're overwhelmed, they're fear, and things like that. Imagine if you started every morning knowing what kind of energy you wanted to bring into the day. Imagine if you anchored that into your vibration before the world had a chance to distract you. Imagine if you aligned your to-do list with your to-be list. Your to-be list. That's the power of intentional mornings. That's what you can do. Little old you can set the vibration and you can call for these types of results. If you're consistent and you believe this can work for you, then you can do this every morning. A practice I get into before my feet hit the floor is I always say to myself, today's a really good day. Not even going to be. Today's a really good day. Everything I wanted to accomplish, I've accomplished. I almost say it in past tense because I'm convincing my mind that these things are already done. I'm not even leaving room for anxiety and stress and things like that. Okay? All right. What are some daily practices that we can involve ourselves in that can help us to set these morning routines and be more effective in setting our intentions? Well, I'm glad you asked because I have 5 of them. The best solutions, a daily intention setting ritual, something that is not very strenuous. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. And you can do in the comfort of your room. You don't have to go to a gym or a church or some sort of synagogue. You can do it right in your room or right in your home. You can go to another room if you need the privacy. Here's what we're going to do. Step number 1, silence before screens. Silence before screens. So that means, if not self-explanatory, start your day without your phone. My rule of thumb has always been, I don't return email or text messages, and I don't look at social media before 10 a.m. Now, you're talking about recommitment. I can certainly recommit myself to that. Why am I saying it? Because I'm a big YouTube person, and YouTube still is social media. And I use YouTube a lot for guided meditations and things like that. But sometimes when I get distracted by seeing other stuff. And next thing you know, 5 minutes I've spent looking at something I probably should have been looking at. In that, it could be a football score or whatever the case may be. But recommit ourselves. Again, 10 a.m. Let 10 a.m. be your cutoff. Let your mind, let your day get going before you soak yourself in social media. And the other thing is, there is this idea of fake dopamine, this fake good feeling that the social media is giving you, where you go into it so quickly because you need that dopamine hit. Let that go. Do some research on your own. Trust what I'm saying in terms of that. 10 o'clock is a good time for you to, if you want to, go in and check your social media. Other than that, I would say let it be. Now, for our work, of course, email and different things that we have to check, then we have to do that. I'm saying personal email and I'm saying social media. Silence the screens. Just 5, just do it. Just do it. This is your sacred space. Now, you're talking about only a few minutes in the morning where you're doing your meditation and maybe, your exercise and your silent time set your day. But the reason why I'm saying up until 10 o'clock, it just still gives your mind time to be free. You haven't tasked your mind with worrying about senseless things that just going to come up during your social media. That's step number one, silence before screens. Step number two is state the energy that you want to feel. State it. We talked a little bit about mirror work, and I can't remember what day that was, but go back and listen. I think it was maybe day 3 or 4. State the energy that you want to feel. You can ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? Again, I think that's very it's a very easy question. State that I assume everybody wants to feel good. Everybody wants to have a good day. Everybody wants, to be happy and joyful. Choose the words that match you. Is it peaceful? Is it focused? Is it grateful? Is it powerful? Choose the way that you want to feel. Step number 3, write one intention sentence. This goes in your journal. Write one intention sentence. Here's an example. Today, I lead with clarity and calm. Today, I lead with clarity and calm. Tell yourself, today, I lead with clarity and calm. Write your intention sentence into your journal. Write a different sentence every day. Step number 4, choose one aligned action. What does that mean? Pick one thing to do that supports this type of energy. So you have stated the energy that you want to feel, and then you wrote a corresponding intention sentence. Now choose one aligned action. What could you do? Could it be meditating? Could it be more journaling? Could it be making a phone call? What could you do? What's the one thing that you could do to support that type of energy? Okay. Last thing, step number 5, anchor it with breath. Take 3 deep breaths. Visualize your day flowing in that energy. This is your meditation period. Visualize your day flowing in that energy. Okay? See yourself accomplishing the tasks that could potentially be before you. See yourself in a good mood. See yourself thinking clearly. See yourself being very calm no matter what comes up in your day. Okay? So, in summary, these are our solutions. This is how we set our daily intention for each day. Excuse me. We are going to step number 1, silence before screens. Step number 2, state what energy we want to feel for the day. Step number 3, we're going to write an intention sentence. Step number 4, we're going to choose one aligned action. And then the last step number 5, anchor it with the breath work. Take the deep breaths, visualize your day flowing with the energy that you are calling forth. All right. So when you start your day with intention, you can control your vibration. And we talked yesterday and day before about how important your frequency and vibrations are. Your circumstances are not what's important. Your vibration is what's important, because that's what's going to draw and help you to manifest the things you want for the future. Your circumstances are old news. That has been drawn by your old vibration, by your old speak, by your old tone, by your old frequency. We're going to establish a new vibration and a new frequency. Why? Because we want different results. The benefit? Well, you get to feel grounded, clearer, and magnetically aligned with your goals. It's nothing better to feel than to feel that you are doing the things you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do them, i.e. being aligned with your goals. So let's set the tone. Let's do it early in the morning, and let's align ourselves with the goals that we said we want to achieve. We're going to wake up early in gratitude. We're going to set the energy for the day. Our intentions will be affirmed. We're going to take that aligned action, and we're going to breathe and visualize. When you wake up with gratitude, name 3 things you're grateful for just before you get out of the bed. This is a practice that I do sometimes as well. I start thinking of things that I'm grateful for. It's my wife that's laying beside me. It's the fact that I have an opportunity, a whole full new 24 hours ahead of me, and anything, and I mean anything, can happen for me. And for those that I love. I'm thankful that I'm in a beautiful home, and I have heat, and I have air, and I have resources, and I have cars, and I have children. I begin to run through it in my mind, and I begin to just build up this list of gratitude even before my day starts. Why? I'm setting the tone. energy for the day. Pick that emotional frequency that you want to embody. It's very hard to come out of a gratitude meditation, a gratitude remembrance, and you don't feel good. That's what gratitude is. Then we talked about writing that sentence. Write or speak it out. Write or speak it out. It sets the tone for the day. That's your intention for the day. Choose one thing. This is the alignment action. Choose one thing that you want to do that's going to match that intention. Don't lose the energy. Don't lose the focus without setting the intention. That's the whole point of this particular podcast. Choose one thing that you can do that matches that intention. The reason that's important is because that's going to put you a step closer to your goal. If you're trying to open a storefront as an entrepreneur, each day we should be taking aligned action towards that goal. Doing it in the frequency that we're talking about here, the frequency of manifestation. And then lastly, visualize, breathe your way into that great feeling. Close your eyes, breathe, see yourself completing every task that comes before you today and every day for the most part with ease, with grace, and with certainty, with confidence and being calm. Go back, listen to the podcast again. Hopefully you learned something today. I learned something each time we go through these. I learn different little pieces that I can add to my day that can help me and benefit me, because as we're going through this, I am surely talking to myself as much as I'm talking to you, the audience. So I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, go back, please listen to the podcast again. Take the notes that you need to take and take the action. Certainly take the action. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Come back on tomorrow. Tomorrow is day 9, and we're going to be talking about embodying before evidence. Embodying before evidence. See you tomorrow.